Yeah. Okay, project discussion. So first, anyone has any questions on the project? After you know, when you are doing a practice. Yeah. So any questions? Yesterday with after your practice, any questions you got? No questions? Okay. So Monday onwards, you can use only RDS endpoint only. Proxy endpoint. Yeah, you can use. Yeah, you can change the commands, installation commands. You can use, yeah. Environment installation commands only will change. Okay, application deployment process is same for any server. npm install, npm build, these and all is not related to Ubuntu and Amazon Linux, related to application. But environment commands means Node.js installation process, environment. These and all environment. So that will be changed. When the front end calls the backend, where the request goes? Backend API only. Front end front end user interface. If user is click with respect to action, the request directly go to backend. Backend request will go to database. And again, I'm saying, if try to understand you, if you are from Node.js background, maybe you can easily understand the code and all. Others, just leave it. It's not our responsibility. Coding and all. Yeah, .env. .env is for backend to database. Front end to backend is config.js. Yeah, backend is middleware to take the request from the user to database based on the actions implementing APIs. So I hope you guys are completed project. Yeah, I have seen your progress, also very good progress from this team. Guys, you can compare day by day, right? If you can compare last 15 days and now to yesterday, there is a good progress, right? If you do practice like that only, if you are sharing your queries in the group only, always you can learn something. If everyone is silent means the group always silence, no one can focus on the concepts. So yesterday, if you can see, there is a lot of conversations. The reason if someone can do, others also let me complete my end also like that. Kind of, interest will come from everyone. That's what I'm saying. Always be active in the group. If One person is discussing on one query. 100 people are discussing for 20 queries. Definitely we can learn the something, right? Yeah. If you complete a project, simply don't turn off the notifications of the Telegram group. Just stay in the Telegram group. Try to solve other errors. This is the hands-on practice only. Hands-on means we won't give any hands to you. Understand? Someone is facing some issue means how quickly you are giving advice to them. Understand? That is hands-on. Yeah, I'm done. My trainer given the commands. I just ran and done. It's not like that, guys. And try to help someone. If you help to someone, that knowledge always, you can no need to revise the things before interview anything. Directly you can go to interview. If you help to someone every time, that is only revision for you. Just flashing means it's not a front end. You have to be run PM2 command one more time. Yesterday, my end also same issue I faced, right? Flashing. After that, I have restarted PM2. Restart. Then it's fine. Like that, if you are facing any error, take a screenshot or take a video, the flashing and all, just keep it into the group. Others can help you. Okay, now what you need to do today project. I'm not going to explain anything. You have to be do everything by your own only now. The topic's already covered, right? So in the project, what you need to do, I will explain. Anyway, already architecture I have shared into groups, right? Yeah. So every day I will discuss 15 minutes for the project. Simply you can focus accordingly. This is everyday task for you only. So how many servers you created, guys? Only front end for one server, back end for one server, one database only, right? Same process you can implement high availability now. Clear? How to do that? High availability means load balancer auto scaling is required for the project. Load balancer auto scaling is required for the project. But yesterday, simply we took two public servers and deployed front end and back end and configured and all, right. Now same project you can do in the different action, implementing a load balancer and auto scaling. Okay. Still we are discussing about only one region, right? Yeah. How many VPCs are required? One VPC. Okay. Now, next my today's requirement is yesterday project implement auto scaling load balancer. So what you can do, guys? Tell me how the process will start from your end. Yeah. Now your front end is working fine. Your front end is working fine. Next is what? Your back end also working fine. Next, what you need to do? You just understand. Auto scaling means what and all required? Launch template. For launch template, AMI also required. First, you need to make it ready, AMI launch template. When the AMI has to create, after deploy everything only, right? Not before. Okay. So from the AMI, if you create instance, in the instance also same application will run or not? Yes. Problem solved. AMI, launch template, auto scaling. And what about load balancer? How many load balancers has to be created? Total project? 2. One is for front end, one is for back end. Okay. How many target groups? 2. Front end target group, back end target group. Clear? So you need to be create 2 target groups first. front end, back end, and create a load balancer for front end and back end. And then next, take a AMI, create a launch template, create a auto scaling group. Clear the process? Servers public or private? You need to be create a private servers now, not public servers. Yesterday we tested public server for just understand the application process, deployment process. Now, if you want to deploy private servers, what you need to do from the AMI, auto scaling group will be created a private server. How you can ensure auto scaling group will create a private servers only? How you can, where you can add this point, where you can mention, where you need to be mentioned, the auto scaling group has to create only private servers. In auto scaling group, very good Prasanna. In auto scaling group, in the network, what you need to choose? Private subnets only. Clear? You need to choose a private subnets only. Then auto scaling group create a servers into private subnets only. Clear? In this case, how many subnets you have to be created before? Two private subnets for front end. Right or not? Yeah. And how many total how many subnets required for enter process? 8. 2 for load balancer, 2 for front end, 2 for back end, 2 for database. Clear or not? I think you got it right. How to do it now? Any paint explanation required? Saturday, I'm not going to take any class. So your work is to complete the project, including high availability concepts. My end documents also there, but without document, try to complete. If I give document, simply you can follow the document. Step 1, step 2, step 3. After a few days, anyone please help me step 9. You may ask the questions like that also in the group, right? Not like that, guys. So we discuss in very clear way, right? And then can do it. Every lab mind document is there. If anyone, if still you are unable to complete, then ping me, I will share the document. Now, we are in the situation not to follow the document to complete a project. Okay. We are the situation, if you get any doubt, you can go and check a document and rectify the issue. Understand? Not to follow the document. Only the document is to, if you stuck somewhere, take a help from document. If no one is helping to you. Like that level you need to. And first important thing is, you need to be draw a architecture. And that architecture, yeah, we are now in the paint stage. And that architecture, mention, otherwise 1, 2, 3, 4 steps you can mention, no problem. In the earlier classes, we discussed like that only, right? Step 1, VPC, step 2. Now we are not at the same stage again, right? You can easily understand, right? That's what I'm saying. Please share the paints once again, we'll make a note. Okay. Let's, because for you guys, I will write a points. Okay. Carefully observe here. First is what? Network need to be created. To do the project end to end, I'm explaining now. First, you need to create a network. Tell me, how many VPCs are required? create one VPC, any region. Clear now? Next is what? Create, guys, you can create 4 subnets also fine. 2 for public, 2 for private. All private subnets in same agents only, right? 4 in 1A, 4 in 1, sorry. See here. If you can see, 1A, 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 1B, 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 right? So you can create all instances in same subnet also, no problem. This is also private, this is also private, this is also private, no problem. One subnet we can create a multiple servers, right? But why I'm taking just to understand by handling with the multiple resources, how we can work only instead of one subnet, okay? So in the same subnet, you can create front-end server, back-end server also, database server also. We don't have any problem, right? Your wish. Create 8 subnets. 2 for 2 let me write in the 2 public subnets. Load balancer. And 2 for front end, 2 for back end, 2 for RDS. Clear no? It's not like that. Yeah, for example, subnet level, if you want to enable any permissions, okay, there is a NACL concept, network access control list, that will work subnet level. If you want to enable NACL concept, front end rules are separate, back end rules are traffic is separate, right? So NACL level, if you want to block the traffic, that will be not possible if the 2 servers are running in the same subnet, different servers. Anyway. Next is what? Create AMI. Your instance already running right now, public instance. Create AMI and keep it somewhere. Create, IZILU, route tables, done already. Public subnet means you need to understand routing to IZ, internet gateway, route table, NAT gateway. The story is already done. No explanation again, NAT gateway, internet gateway, go there, here and there. Okay, anyway, good catch. So here I'm going to divide two process. First is already server deployed, already application deployed, running in the public instances, for example. Now what you need to do, create AMI from existing servers. Existing servers means front end and back end. Clear now? In this case, you need to create first 2 public servers like yesterday, and deployed application after testing working fine, create AMS, keep somewhere. Clear no? What? I'll come to that only. I'll come to that. Okay. Yeah. So in the AMI, and very important you need to understand here. In AMI, we haven't given hard coded values. I mean, not in AMI, inside EC2. For example, let's go to the front end. Yesterday, what we did, that is a correct process for AMI also. So in the front end, pages config.js. So if you give like this, no problem. Clear or not? Why? Is there any hard-coded value for IP or something load balancer? No. So your front end, back end communicate to Route 53 record. The Route 53 record target you can do after build a project, load balancer alias record or IP record, your wish. But not IP record, right? Load balancer only. Multiple servers creating means load balancer only need to be hit, right or not? Like that we can give. Yeah. So after complete a project, after build a project, next what I need to do, immediately go to Route 53. And this record you need to be create. I mean your domain. Create a subdomain here before on your top of your domain. Point out to alias front end load balancer or back end load balancer. Front end or back end? Back end load balancer. Clear? Front end you can access directly. No need to configure anywhere. If you want to configure one more subdomain for front end also, you can configure for accessing purpose for front end. So you can create a one more Route 53 record inside the Route 53 frontend.narni.co.in. There you can redirect into front end load balancer. Instead of access through front end load balancer, you can access through domain name for front end. For backend communication, instead of giving backend load balancer URL here, configure Route 53 record. We don't know my backend DNS, backend load balancer DNS name at this time, right? How can I give inside the code? Clear or not? Yeah. Understand this point or any confusions? Anything again need to explain? This is very important step you need to do. Don't give any load balancer URL here, IP details here. If you give IP details, this server will connect to backend server IP. But once you take a AMI, that AMI inside also, it will take a backend IP only. In this case, we don't know IP, right? Backend IP, next project when you are build time, the server will create a different IPs. Autoscaling group create a different IPs. But here point out to whole instance IP. So it is not going to be connect. That's what you can give domain names only here. Subdomain name. Same domain name if you can give, that domain we can't use in somewhere. So give subdomain names. For example, this is backend.narni.co.in for backend load balancer. Frontend.narni.co.in for frontend load balancer. Like that you can give. Clear what I'm trying to say? Yeah, this is very important point we need to take care. Okay. Yeah, we see front end you can give any domain subdomains your wish. Your domain is registered now. The before you can add any name subdomains. Yeah. Next. Create target groups or create launch template. Clear? How many AMS will come total? 2. Front end and back end. Next is what? Create a target groups. Target group, no need to point out any instance. You can create an empty target group. Auto scaling group, create a first server also in the same target group. My node instances right now. Create a target group, point out to which VPC. That's it. So auto scaling, when you create auto scaling, desired state is there, right? Desired state. that will follow a desired state and create a servers directly. First time only second two servers will be created if you give a desired point is 2. Create a target groups for front end, back end. Next is what? Create a load balancer. Same front end. And next is what? Clear now? Here auto scaling group is trigger the launch template. Launch template will trigger the instances from the existing AMI. So same application servers will create, but all are private, right? How to access the load balancer target group? While creating auto scaling group, we have to be select existing load balancer option. There it will show existing target group. So your auto scaling group will create a servers into the existing target group. Existing target group inside VPC, inside private subnets. If you can give the auto scaling group inside subnet configurations as a private. This is the process. Clear? So please, if you are having any questions in this process, don't hesitate to ask. You can ask now. Yeah, and one RDS, correct. So far, just create one RDS. RDS read replica concept, if required, we can create. Otherwise, RDS concept always high available across agent. When you select a multi-agent concept, na, read replica is not only for disaster recovery we are creating, for just sharing the read process only. Read replica concept not only for high availability. High availability is taken care by cloud providers. When you select a multi-agent, no, one more database will create into the different AZ that that won't give any access to anyone, just for standby only. If one database is fail, immediately the database will come into the picture that we don't know even because of managing service by cloud providers. Clear till here? NACL is network access control is subnet level we can enable. Okay, I will show you frequent. Okay, any questions? So we can do method 2. Same process here, instead of creating AMIs, create Bastion host. Create a Bastion host. Into public subnet. And connect to create a private server. Login. I mean, AMIs are required, but without creating a public servers, I'm saying directly private servers. Login front-end private server by using bash and host. Clear? And start to deploy process for front end. Next, create a backend private server. Create a backend private server. And login private server, backend private server by using bash and host. Start to deploy process for backend. And next, after that, access front-end application. How to access? Load balancer, or you can write a Nginx proxy, right? Front-end server, or you can use just curl command. Curl command. Inside the curl, give a private IP. If you get a response, working fine. 200 page found for, if you're getting means, yes. By using if it is working fine, next process is same again. AMI create AMI LT ASJ. Clear? This is one of the process. Directly working with private servers, this process is. Or you can create a public server, take a AMI. Public server means we can test application directly by using public IP. Then we can create a AMI and same process. Your wish, which process you can follow. But any process, application should run inside the private servers only. After creating AMIs. Clear? Any questions? Second method only. Any method is fine. But any method we are not giving access to anywhere, right? While developing time. So no problem. Okay. So start from today, this process. I think it will take 2 days time to complete. Okay. The same process we will again discuss through Terraform. Okay, after complete Terraform. Yeah. And also, okay, I forget to, sorry. The very important thing, create a Route 53 record. Backend load balancer. After that only you are able to access. The record name should be config.js. Example, I'm just giving vira.narni.co. And is for mine. So you can give yours. If required front end also you can create a record, otherwise leave it. Okay. This is your task for Monday. I mean, Saturday, Sunday have to be complete. For example, if you are able to complete, then go for next monitoring. The inside you can install a monitoring service like CloudWatch or Splunk and all. And also Grafana Prometheus also, just for checking purpose. And also the load balancer application, auto scaling group. The servers has to be increased, right? When the load is more only, right? What you can do, you can run a stress command. Okay. We already ran stress command, right? In which concept we ran? Yeah, Grafana Prometheus. Same, you can run a stress command. Load will increase. when the load, any server, once any private server you can run in, once you log in, if the load is increased, single server also, load balancer will balance the load and send the traffic to second server also. If both are reaching to as per the set point, auto scaling group will be create a one more server. Clear? You can run stress command continuously, automatically auto scaling group create. In that case, don't give 99% and all set points. Just give 10 or 15 set point and increase the stress so that automatically load will increase. So auto scaling group creates servers if you want to test like that. And at the same time, Grafana Prometheus already downloaded, right? What happened? Sorry? Yeah. Yes. So Grafana Prometheus, that will be show the result matrix also in the monitoring tool. Okay, how to configure, just I'm saying here. Whoever, if you are able to complete now, immediately install Grafana Prometheus and also CloudWatch if you are interested. Already we discussed, right? You can enable for the project also. Just for practice, and make sure guys, don't take a T2 medium, T2 large servers. Once you complete, immediately delete. Once you test now, delete. And next time onwards, you can practice on public servers directly once you get a clarity. Every time, don't create load balancer and auto scaling from morning and evening delete. That will be created, charges for that account. Okay. Just keep it as a one-time practice after the delete. Write in your book in your language and delete the process again. If you are having any doubt, just go through the book and revise the concept. Okay. Now my question is to everyone. My front end, I want to be accessed through HTTPS protocol. How to access? I want to be access HTTPS protocol, not HTTP protocol. What we can do? Create a certificate manager, SSL certificate, right? So the front end, first we need to be create a one record, Route 53 record. Let me show you. For example, guys, I'm taking here front end load balancer pointing to Route 53 domain name, right? Any domain name. The domain name is, for example, my domain name, I'm saying that frontend.narni.co.in. Clear? Here subdomain name is what? Subdomain name is what? Frontend. Yeah, very good. So create alias record for front-end load balancer. Same process, right? In the Route 53. Same you can do backend alias backend LB. Clear now? So now you tell me, inside certificate manager, which domain I need to be registered? If I register frontend.narni.co.in, the certificate will be issued for frontend.narni.co.in only. So backend.narni.co.in, you are unable to access through HTTPS, again HTTP only. Then how to give here? Yeah, Wilcard. So Wilcard means my domain name is what? narni.co.in. Come here, add a Wilcard here, dot. So now certificate issued for this. The meaning is what now? In the place of Wilcard means in this place of star, any name it will come, any subdomain HTTPS will work. That is the meaning. frontend.norni.go.in, api.norni.co.in. Any subdomain you can take in the place of star that will be accepted for HTTPS. Clear? Like this you need to do. If you give directly your domain name, certificate, your domain name only work for certificate, not for subdomain names. Clear? So single domain, can I use multiple areas by changing the subdomain, front end, back end? So I can create 10 records, right? By changing the subdomains, API, front end, back end, DB dot, whatnot, so many. All are apply for HTTPS traffic because of if you give like this in the certificate manager. But in the certificate manager, if I give directly in arni.co.in, this domain only will support HTTPS, not for frontend.narni.co.in, not for backend.narni.co.in. Clear what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, 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 no. It won't work. If you give like this, indirectly you are saying your request will be sent to anywhere. api.nari.co.in, frontend.nari.co.in, backend.nari.co.in. Not like that, right? Request has to go backend only, not for all subdomains. If you give star, the request will go to all subdomains. Clear? And also, my load balancer is here now. Okay. Okay. If I access guys like this, okay, this certificate issued for load balancer URL, right or not? The endpoint. Now, this certificate, this request hit to load balancer which protocol? This request hit to load balancer on which protocol? HTTPS protocol. In this case, your load balancer has to support HTTPS protocol, right or not? In this case, what you need to do in the load balancer configurations? My end already load balancer is running, unfortunately. This is for what? 80. This will work for only 80. If I want to work with 443, add a listener, HTTPS, clear now. And when you give a HTTPS, it will ask forward to which target group? You create a target group. Next is what? See, when you select HTTPS, here it will have certificate. Clear now? Without this certificate, it won't give HTTPS. See, for example, okay, off option is not there. Huh? Okay, let's back again. Add listener, HTTPS 443 target group. I simply given without selecting a certificate. Now try to create ad. Not possible. You are selected HTTPS. Which certificate we have to provide for your domain configurations? You need to be select a certificate. So if you create an rna.co.in and star.rna.co.in means if I give like this means the request only accept the request is coming through rna.co.in traffic only through HTTPS. If I select wildcard means star.nari.co.in means the request can accept the before any subdomain name for HTTPS traffic. Clear now? And backend, front end to backend. Guys, you tell me. Which load balancer 443 required? Which load balancer is 443 required? External. Secure required from external means front end, right? Here only. Here not required, right? So config.js inside not required. See, that's what if you can see. I'm not using HTTPS. Right or not? Why? Internal routing only, right? Front end to back end only. So not required HTTPS. But external to front end, HTTPS required. That is for front end. Okay? Any questions? Architecture is very important. Config.js front end is not required configurations. Front end you are accessing by external, right? When you access C, front end is not required in the code itself. Why? Front end you are accessing the load balancer URL. So after load balancer only request will go to front end code. Front end code to back end load balancer. Back end load balancer to back end server. Back end server to database. In this case, front end load balancer no need to mention inside the code, right? Front end load balancer, front end server, how it will communicate based on the target group only. Understand? But front end server and load balancer will communicate based on the code inside configuration, that is config.js. Clear or not? Yeah. This is front end application. I mean front end server. One more front end server. Okay. So guys, front end server means here config.js file is there or not? Here also config.js file is there or not? Same config.js. Same, right? So config.js inside your endpoint is there, right? Backend load balancer endpoint. I mean, that is Route 53 record. Clear? So when user can access a front-end load balancer, the request will go to any server. If server want to communicate a backend server, if not a backend server also, two servers are there, right? In this case, front-end server communicate to backend load balancer only, right or not? Backend load balancer only. Okay, I will show you in the different case. You will get a better clarity. Okay, front end to back end, the request will travel through load balancer. But in the front end code config.js inside, did I give any backend load balancer endpoint? No, I have given Route 53 record. In this case, what we can do? Create a Route 53 record here. So request will go to route 53. I have given which record? Veera.narni.co.in, right? So Veera.narni. Which is point out to alias load balancer, right? So in this case, like this. So front end code Veera.narni.co.in I have given the config.js so that it will communicate to route 53 record, this record alias to backend load balancer. Now backend load balancer connected to backend server through because of target group. And backend server inside .env is there, right? .env. Two servers inside .env is there and only one server inside is there. Two servers inside. So request will go to any server. That server will communicate to RDS. .env inside is what? .env inside is what? Database. Right or not? Database. But what I did, we don't know database endpoint, for example, before, while creating a AMI before. Or you can create RDS first and give endpoint directly inside the .env. Or what you can do, same again route 53, right? But which record this time? Private hosted zone. Private hosted zone. So you have to be create. In the private hosted zone, you have created a which record? Not alias record. CNAME record. This CNAME record is point out to RDS. Clear? So when you create a, see, for example, if I deploy a code, in this case, my n, in this case, my n book.rds.com is there, right? Okay, no problem, you can deploy. After deploy, you are unable to access application. The reason you need to do two modification. The modification one is for front-end server to back-end server communication, which is need to be created route 53 record for veera.narni.co.in. And next is back-end to database. In this case, if we give a book.rds.com with respect to endpoint CNAME record, you have to be create for back-end to database. Clear? Then only you are able to access application. Until and that, you are able to deploy but unable to access. Okay. So front end to back end communication, public hosted zone route 53 will work. Back end to database, private hosted zone route 53 will work. While creating a private hosted zone, we have to be select here same VPC. Otherwise, it's not communicating. Yesterday, I have already explained right how to create a private hosted zone. You have to follow that. Clear? Any questions? So if you are having any questions, please don't hesitate. I will show also. If you keep silence here means I can understand you guys are understanding very well. CloudWatch, Grafana, Prometheus for only metrics, CPU, RAM, network bandwidth and all. CloudWatch work for both also, but CloudWatch is only for, especially for logs. Application logs, application failed. For example, Nginx install, Nginx logs will be updated inside the CloudWatch. Like that. So clear? Any questions, guys? Yeah. For what? Yeah. Yes. Hmm? AMI is there, right? See, understand. Very good question from the offline team. Can we deploy by using Ansible this process? Yeah. So we are taking directly AMI, right? Before AMI process is what? Deploy manually into one server. From that server, you are creating a AMI. From that AMI, auto scaling group will take care. But when Ansible will come here, if auto scaling group create a 5 servers for front end, for example, understand what I'm trying to say? Auto scaling group creating a 5 front end servers as per the load. It's maintaining a constant load. 5 servers are running now. Now, if I want to add any configurations for all 5 front-end servers, right or not? We are not supposed to do configurations in not only in one server, right? Front-end application running 5 servers means if you want to enable any process, you have to be enable 5 servers also. In this case, you can take a Ansible help. Correct? Why? Connecting 5 front-end servers and doing activities difficult. Take a Ansible help. Deploy all configurations into all servers by using Ansible. Understand what I'm trying to say? When the Ansible will come into the picture. Ansible picture will come post actions. But pre-action is what? At least one AMI is required. Yeah. For that also we can do. Let's, yeah. I'm taking a AMI. Okay. AMI inside all configurations there are not there. So this is auto scaling. Observe carefully what I'm saying here. And between we have a template. This is what launch template. Clear now? And auto scaling group will create a same servers. As per the traffic. Now all instances inside same configurations there are not. Or different configurations will be there. Huh? Same only. Why? Creating from the same source AMI. Clear now? Now the concept is two things we need to be understand. One is I want to configure something inside all EC2s because of same application is running. Any security agent or anything you want to be configured or CloudWatch agent that should be run inside all the servers only, right? If you install CloudWatch agent, this instance logs only will come, not this, right? But what we can do, so you can connect individually server and install the agent. Or what you can do, take an Ansible. So you can connect all servers, right? Clear or not? So like that we can plan. This configuration you can add inside the Ansible. Ansible class not yet complete, huh? We'll discuss at that time. Clear now? This is the process number one. This is the process actually we are also following anything. Or now, this agent, whatever you want to install in single server and create a, exist this AMI from using this AMI, create a one server first. In the server, you can install an agent. And from the server, again, create a new servers. So auto scaling group will, inside auto scaling group configurations, give a new AMI after adding a agent. Okay. After adding a agent, any agent, for example, what configuration you want to do. Plus before configuration is already there, right? That will be create a new AMI. So old configurations plus new configurations. What you can do? Create again new AMI. This AMI you can configure into where? Launch template again. So launch template now, next version will come or not? V2 version you can create. So go to auto scaling group, change the version to. Next time onwards, auto scaling group will create a servers with new agent also, whatever you want to do. But before already old servers are running, right? What you can do? Delete one server first. If you delete one server, what will happen? Auto scaling group will create a new server or not immediately same place. But this new server having new agent also. Now one new server, two old servers. Again delete one more server. Again one more new server will come or not. And last delete this one also. Like the ramp down process, ramp up process. Instead of deleting all servers in one time, delete one by one. And the same place, old place, new will come, then delete one more old, then delete one more old, like that ramp down and balance the load for the new updates. This also you can do. Or I don't want to do anything in the Ansible level means simply create an, I don't want to do anything in the auto scaling group means existing servers keep as is, connect through Ansible, do the configurations. But the problem is what? If you do like that, again new server will come now. If load increases now, again new server will come, right? The fourth server, there is no any and configurations done by Ansible, right? Again Ansible has to be connect, do this configuration into this server also. Right or not? So this is the process. That's what this process we are following. One process here actually. When auto scaling group creating a new server, before that auto scaling group will be executed everything inside the server and create a new server. For example, now auto scaling group creating a new server, right? The new server while creating time, we are giving some options. The new server will create a wait for half an hour time, for example. Half an hour time, it will be keep on start the server only, not keep into the same target group. It will start and do the actions required for the server. And then it will be give access for the load balancer. Like the process also there, very advanced level. Life cycle hook. If I go like that level, a lot of concepts will come. Go to Ansible is only advanced level. Okay, I haven't created an Ansible. Sorry, auto scaling group. Let me check here the chart GPT. You can understand. So after create auto scaling group, there is a one option life cycle hook in auto scaling group. So post actions, pre actions, it will take care while deleting a server, while creating a server auto scaling. See, pre warm up applications, custom bootstrap actions. So these two operations we can enable for lifecycle hook phase for launching instance, terminating instance. So two things we need to understand here. Auto scaling group, when the new instance will create, when load will increase. So the terminating time, if you configure a lifecycle hook, total two concepts are there. One is for terminating, one is for launching. Terminating time, guys, you tell me, if you configure lifecycle hook for auto scaling group, okay, terminating time, it has to take care some actions. For that only we are configuring lifecycle hook for auto scaling group. You tell me instance is deleting time, what kind of actions we have to take care? What we can take, things we can take care while instance deleting time? I mean, auto scaling lifecycle hook, if I enable means before deleting a server, some pre-actions it will take care. The pre-actions, what we can take care, deleting a terminating instance time. Yeah, very good, Damodar. Very good, Geetika. Existing configurations are existing data. I can take a backup, right? Terminating instance time, let's take a backup and terminate. Understand? Creating time. Terminating time means, okay, backup is required. Take a backup and terminate instance. How to say to auto scaling group? By configuring the lifecycle hook. Lifecycle hook, see how it will work. Also, I will say, I'm saying little advanced one, try to understand, otherwise leave it also, no problem. I don't know this is official logo or not, I'm taking only. See the difference. This is very good concept. For example, this is the server auto scaling group is deleting now. Just understand, deleting. When you enable action for instance terminating into the lifecycle hook, when auto scaling group configuration after that, This request will go to lifecycle hook immediately when you configure. When instance is terminating, a trigger will come. When you enable a trigger for instance termination because of no load, immediately auto scaling group will check any lifecycle hook rule is enabled or should I delete immediately. Like that it will check. No, there is a lifecycle hook rule is enabled. Okay, what I need to do? Lifecycle hook, we can give a time here. If I give, for example, 1 hour. 1 hour for terminating means what it will do? Auto scaling group not delete instances for 1 hour. Understand? In this 1 hour, lifecycle hook rule create a one event. When you enable terminating event, based on this event, we can trigger any process. For example, lambda. It will trigger a lambda. Lambda inside backup code. If you update, lambda will trigger, this backup code will run. So this code, it will take a backup, whatever configurations, any backup. These backup configurations will be triggered. Backup script we can add into the lambda inside. If the lambda will run, backup script will run, right? Backup script will run means what? Deleting instance from end, it will connect and pull all the information into some different target location. Understand? So when the delete action is coming to the auto scaling group will check the any lifecycle hook is there. Instead of forcefully deleting, it will wait whatever time you are giving. After that only it will be deleted. In this time period, you need to be take a backup. But automatic backup means this will also generate one event. Based on the event, lambda will trigger. We know, right, how to lambda trigger based on the event. When the lambda will trigger, lambda inside backup code is there. So this will be connect server and take a backup. And before 1 hour, this process has to complete and then delete a server. Clear? This process also we enable in very advanced level if you required. Same process, creating time. Auto scaling group has to launch a server, right? Has to launch a server means new server will create, right? Before creating a new server, again lifecycle hook rule is there means one is for creating time. Launching time, the server inside all configurations existing like existing server, all configurations will be installed before coming to the picture. Yes, same process. This is for terminating hook. Creating hook means so this will be so one script we can write. This script can call AMI and everything will be installed into the creating new server bash script. New server instead also same data will come. Like that also very advanced level automation we can do it. Depends on the use case. Your server load is fluctuating load. This is not possible. There is some time will delay, right? 1 hour. Constant loads. We can use this process. Constant loads means 365 days same load will be maintained. Maybe 1 hour fluctuations. But completely fluctuated load means offer will be there in 1 hour. Next 1 hour no offer. Next 1 hour again offer will be there means when the offer will be there, load will be there. These are the not flat load, fluctuated load. This is not recommended for fluctuated load. Why? New server will come after 1 hour, right? So not possible. Like that, different use cases. Anyway, I'm not saying to implement this. Understand the concepts. Just if you look on these kind of concepts, you can understand when you TL saying something with respect to technical concepts. Okay, you can easily understand at that time. Okay, yeah. Are you clear? Anyway, you just leave this topic till here only. Leave this topic here only. Don't carry this topic throughout. Just concentrate this area today. Okay? So first do this. If required, you can do this also. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.